Hey, it's Wiz D back at you with a quick vinyl community video. Been a while, but just wanted to share some stuff that I picked up, and I wanted to give you guys the heads up or the information on where I got them in case you hadn't visited the site. A lot of you people probably have in the past, but Acoustic Sounds has been a site that I would visit often and always check and see what's on sale and what's going on. But I had done minimal purchasing from there. I was kind of always just adding that to my list of places to check if one particular thing was in stock, right? So there'd be something I couldn't find, and then I would just go, and that would be one of the sites that I'd go check. So in doing that, about 2 weeks ago or so, maybe 3, I went looking for something, and turns out while I'm going through the list, particularly like through Blue Note, because I sometimes search just by the label, or I search by like Analogue Productions if the certain pressing, or else you do by Analog Spark or something like that, MoFi, whatever it is. I came across this entire batch of LPs that were all on sale, and they were half price. And I was like, is this even right? And I wasn't planning on buying any of them. They weren't really even on my radar. But there they were. These are $50 2 LP sets, Blue Note records, 45 RPM, by Analogue Productions, and they're numbered, and they're half price. So these are $50 albums that were $25. They were on sale. So I was completely shocked. And I had checked since I got these in, and they were back to $50. And then I had checked again pretty recently, actually, and a bunch of them are $35. So they're not quite half off, but they're on sale again, pretty big chunk. So I got to show these to you, and I just show you what I picked up, because I thought it was a great score. And what I did was I basically went through them all and tried to get on a streaming service to at least hear what they were. You know, I didn't want to buy them just because they're $50. Now they're $25. But what if, like, I put it on and I can't stand it, right? What if it's not my, type of jazz, or my type of, I don't love everything, Blue Note puts out, for sure. So it's, what do you do, right? So anyway, really quickly, some of these I didn't even open yet. The ones I did open, I've listened to and recorded to my laptop, so I can take them on the go and get them divvied up, digitize them. But so the first one here is Hubcap, Freddie Hubbard. Again, so here's the label that comes on them. And this here, you can see it's Analogue Productions, Blue Note reissues, and they're numbered. So here's the only difference between this and like the Tone Poet, at least from what I can tell. By the way, the pressings are immaculately quiet. They sound beautiful, just very dynamic, really, really good stuff. Is that these are not gatefolds. So you've got 2 LPs inside. Again, this was not open yet, sorry, but you've got 2 LPs in there inside the single jacket. So it's not a gatefold, but you're getting double LP, 45 RPM, really high quality vinyl. I can't say much more than that. If you know Analogue Productions and you know some of their stuff, here's another one. Along Came John, John Patton, Big John Patton, Along Came John, organ. Same, so these all have these labels. They all have the individual numbering on the back. You can't go wrong, really. And so I've listened to them, obviously, like I said, beforehand. But now this particular one is open, and I already re-sleeved it, so I'm not going to take everything out. But this is a great one, Lou Donaldson, Sunny Side Up. Not sure if you have a copy of that, but fantastic record. Another Lou Donaldson. I really got into him in the past year or so. The Time Is Right I see this cover and it reminds me of the Coltrane Blue Train. The same font and kind of colors to it, but that's another one. This one came by surprise, actually. I didn't know about this. Cliff Jordan and John Gilmore, Blowing In from Chicago. And you've got Horace Silver, Art Blakey on it. Art Blakey's one of my favorites. So I was previewing this and I'm listening to it and I was like, wow, this is something else. If you have not heard this, go on and check it out. See if you could stream it on something, whatever you've got. Really, really think this is... So I think that might have been one of the first ones I was spinning. The Three Sounds. This is a really good one. I have the other Three Sounds. Does it say on here? Also available? No, it doesn't. But there's another Three Sounds that I have. This one is like Blue Note presents the Three Sounds. So this was their first one. I have another Three Sounds that I picked up that was like maybe a 80s or 70s like reissue, but holy cow. This one also. And you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I mean, it's not like they're all, you know, one song albums either. You know how that happens, especially with jazz and back then. But a couple of these don't get me wrong. There's one side, it might be one track or just 2 tracks. I mean, that's going to happen, right? With jazz, you might get this 8, 9, 12-minute track. But these pressings are just amazing, amazing. And the last one that I picked up, this was also, I couldn't believe this was live. It sounded so great. Stanley Turrentine, up at Minton's. And this is volume 1, I believe it says. But that was the other thing. I couldn't find volume 2, and I don't think there's a volume 2. And if there is, I don't know where it is. Yeah, so it actually has a volume 2 here. I didn't even read this yet, but I wonder if that would also be available. But I got to tell you, so Acoustic Sounds, check their website out. I'll put a link down below. But these pressings, and they got really good reviews. These came out, I think, in 2010, and I didn't even know about them, to be honest with you. Mastered by Kevin Gray and Steve Hoffman. This is a great series. I put this right up there with the Tone Poets that are out now, and I say it's just as good, if not better. You know, some people say the 45 RPM makes a huge difference. Some people think it doesn't make any difference. Whatever your opinion is on that, I will tell you that if you want to know do they at least sound as good as the Tone Poet series that's out right now? Absolutely yes, and maybe even better. Again, no gatefold on these 2 LPs, 45 RPM inside a single sleeve, but this is just the bunch that I picked up, the 7 records here. I want to say there were about 10 or 12, so there were some I did pass on, but at $25 each for what were $50 records at regular price, do yourself a favor, go over there and check it out, because I guarantee you there'll be something in that batch that you yourself would want to listen to, and totally worth it. We all see these out there, and we see Analogue Productions 45 RPM 2 LP sets all the time, and they're not going to go down in value, right? Let's get that right. All right, so I wanted to share that with you. Hope this day and time when you're watching this finds you well and everything's cool with you, and I'll see you next time. Till then, peace out.